Gary is a middle-aged widower whose wife died from cancer a few years ago. He raises their little psychologically unstable daughter, Emma, alone, and does everything possible to provide her with everything she needs. Gary's love life is complicated, since he is afraid of bringing the wrong person into Emma's life. One day, Gary and Emma get into a car accident and meet Mary, a beautiful and kind-hearted woman. She helps Emma deal with her panic attack after the accident and visits Gary and Emma at their place to apologize for crashing into their car. Gary is impressed by how easily Mary grows close with Emma. He gets to know her better and discovers that she writes in a relationship advice column for various websites and volunteers at local charities. He asks Mary out, and they spend a great time together. Gary starts noticing that sometimes Mary acts very weird. When she just runs away during their first date, Gary realizes that this woman must be hiding something much more serious than he expected. 1 month later, Emma attempts suicide, but Gary rushes her to the hospital, where her life is saved. Gary and Emma's aunt, Sarah, are deeply concerned about her mental condition. Emma's psychiatrist suggests trying a new medication but provides no helpful advice. On her part, Emma wants her overprotective father to have his own life. Gary reluctantly goes on another uninteresting date with someone from a dating app, but suddenly meets Mary, who accidentally spills her drink on his clothes. They find a moment alone, and Gary opens up to her about Emma. Mary explains why she left him a month ago, revealing that everyone carries his own personal baggage, and hers is particularly difficult to handle. Mary kisses Gary and flees once again. However, Gary realizes she unintentionally took his keys and decides to follow her to her house. There, he witnesses Mary locking herself in a basement with a goat and live chickens. To his astonishment, Mary then transforms into a monster. Now that Gary knows her secret, Mary decides to confide in him and tells him everything. Many years ago, she was bitten and became a werewolf, unintentionally causing the deaths of her husband and an unknown family. Shocked and frightened by this revelation, Gary runs away from Mary. However, it seems that the universe has its own plans, as it keeps bringing Gary and Mary together. Surprisingly, Emma really likes Mary and invites her for dinner, resulting in a rather awkward evening for Gary and Mary. Despite the awkwardness, Emma and Mary get along perfectly well. Gary succumbs to his feelings and visits Mary late at night. He admits that no one is perfect, but he wants to be with her regardless. They share a kiss and make love. Gary and Mary start dating, and everyone, including Emma, is happy about it. Gary supports Mary during her full moon days. Eventually, they make the decision to open up to Emma and disclose everything to her. During a barbecue party at Sarah's house, Mary shares shocking news with Gary: she is pregnant. Gary supports her and reassures her that they will become a real wolf pack family. On the day before the full moon, Gary, Emma, and Mary enjoy a trip to nature, and Gary takes the opportunity to inform his daughter about Mary's pregnancy. The next day, they discover that their car is broken, preventing Mary from returning home in time to lock herself in the basement. Desperate, Mary runs away to ensure she doesn't harm Gary or Emma. As Gary and Emma sit in the car, 2 robbers appear and threaten them. In her wolf form, Mary attacks and kills the robbers but doesn't touch Gary and Emma. Then she quickly flees the scene. Emma has a panic attack, but Gary successfully calms her down by singing to her. When Mary reappears in her human form, he embraces her. Gary uses the robbers' car to fix their own vehicle, and they drive away together. Emma accepts the truth about Mary, and they all head home as a real family.